Hi guys, I'm back with another mini that I'm making. This one's for my mum. I haven't finished embellishing it yet, but I thought I'd show you how it looks so far. This mini is only 4.5 by 5, so the sorry about that, random cat attack. It's only 4.5 by 5, so it works really well with the 6 by 6 paper stacks. The stack that I'm using for this one is the Prima almanac collection. It has 48 sheets in this collection, and they're quite beautiful papers. The way that I've put this album together is, rather than use plain cardstock, I had a look around, and at my local office works I was able to find these manilla folders. They're black and they're foolscap. You get 10 folders in a packet and they're about $7. So I only used 2 folders to actually make the inside of my album, and then I just used some additional chipboard. The trim that I've used, I've just covered a piece of chipboard with some black cardstock and put some eyelets in and ran some ribbon down it to just sort of give it a bit of a sort of a corset type thing. The trim that I've used on the front and the back is from my local Spotlight store, and it actually comes like this, but what I've done is I've actually taken off the excess lace. I didn't like it. I'm not sure that I still like the way that it turned out, but it looks okay. And I'm sure my mum will like it. The button that I've used is one of the Tim Holtz fanciful buttons. I'm really liking them. They've become sort of some of my favourites. I've done a similar clasp to the way, or closure to the way that I did it on my previous album. But this one, instead of using chain, I've actually used these little clips, which you're supposed to use to put on your phone to hang little charms and things on. What I've done is I've just actually clipped it around the button and then attached it with a jump ring and one of the little clips, lobster clips, I don't know, I'm still not sure what they're called. So that just then clips on the back. It sits actually really nicely, and that length of chain closure worked really well. If she fills this up and it needs to be expanded, I can take the jump ring off and add additional like chain or something to it so that it expands out. So inside, once again, I've used the stack the deck hinge system, and on the inside I've cut one of the flowers off from the lace trim and added the flower on the inside to just cover up the hole that I made for the button. This little album has a lot of real estate in it, so I'm going to actually scan some of my mum's photos in and decorate inside for her. So the way that I've set it up is it's got little pull-out tags that are decorated. I think I actually used an additional sheet of other paper, which is the Kaisercraft one, and this is the Timeless Classics. They've got a sheet in there that's lined, and I can't find it. So it's just lined like ledger paper, I suppose you could call it. So I've just done that on the back of each of my tags, and then on the front I've just done a plain brown paper, which I think is from that same range. I just wanted something different in the actual tags than was in the almanac collection by Prima. Everything else though is from the Prima collection. So I've got a tag that you can do journaling and photos on them, and then I've made these little pockets with some paper and just done some distressing on craft cardstock. I've also put some paper down my spine of each of the pages just to sort of cover up the black cardstock. So they all work the same way, that they have a tag and a little pocket and a flap. So I think that inside it's turned out quite well. I'm just not sure about the cover. But I'll add some additional things to that and hopefully see how it goes. I've actually in the process of doing another album using the same card, which is from the manilla folders, and this one has the additional flap that flaps out. So once I get that finished and put together, I'll do a video on it. It also has the little pockets to put tags in, but it's just got the additional feature of having a flap as well that you can put journaling and photos on, or you could seal it and do sort of an interactive pocket in the inside there. So I haven't finished that one yet, I'm just working on it. So that's my new mini, and I will do a tutorial hopefully on how I've put these minis together in the next few days or so, and let me know in the comments if you've got any questions. Okay, ciao!